I was exploring the idea of the narcissist.
It's all about me.
First layer, as I have touched on in my earlier video called Is the Narcissist Possessed?, where I was exploring the idea of the narcissist being so deeply connected with their primal self.
I'm going to tell you what this is about, and then we're going to pray. There's a way to stop the Mandela effect, and you need to listen very closely, okay? I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. And those of you that know about technology, military weaponry, I'm going to need you guys, Brother Dwayne, Paul Adams, these are just two, Chris Curtis, those of you that know how to do search engine results, manipulate all of that, to find me the information of how they're able to do this. I've already notified Sister Sherry from Three Hearts Church, the pastor. Just gave her just a general idea of what this video is about. I will be giving her the link as soon as I am done getting this uploaded. You need to be in prayer about this. You need to receive this word that I'm going to share with you. It's critical because you're going to be in one of two camps. You're going to be one who receives this word. It will be planted on good soil, and this will stop. Or you'll hear the words that I'm saying. It'll go on stony ground, thorny ground. It will be scorched by the sun. You'll continue to talk about this. You'll continue to have doubts. You'll continue to watch Mandela effect videos. You're going to drown in the third wave. What I'm talking about now, this is the second wave. And after I pray, I'm going to share this dream that my sister had shortly after me notifying her what this was about. So, it's your choice now that you know what my video as overall is going to be about. You can click it off and say, oh, there's no way to change it, there's no way to stop it. Just keep looking at videos about how, you know, this word has changed and that word has changed. Just go on. Probably, to be honest, a lot of my Mandela effect videos are going to be deleted from my Facebook channel after this. And no, I am not saying now, oh, the Mandela effect is not real. Yes, it is. It's very real. It's very evil. But Yahweh is showing me how to stop it. Well, he actually showed my friend Christine, and it's working for her. Okay, so let's go to prayer. And I'm just going to have to trust Yah that he's going to loose my tongue and help me be able to explain this in a way that you can understand. And there will be follow-up videos. She's going to be writing out her testimony of what happened to her in 2010 concerning the Bible's changing. She just needs time to really write this up. But I didn't want to wait a few days for that. When I could share this with you now, you could start putting your faith into practice. All it takes is the size of a mustard seed. That's all it takes. Okay.
As opposed to their thinking, logical self, in the moment when they rage.
I'm going to say, I don't give a rat's ass, Ben.
That it is rooted and funnels straight into the core of the narcissist's, not injury, because I don't want to confuse it with narcissistic injury, but, you know, their trauma.
Well, here comes the second wave. This time it's coming up to your waist. Now, I don't recall how much of a time span there was from the first wave to the second wave, even to the third wave. I don't think she was told, okay, in a month the second wave's coming, or in 6 months the second wave's coming, and then, such and such time until the third wave's coming. Just the second wave came in, and it came up like waist deep. Her life was still spared, but a lot more damage happened. We also know that, like when you think of tidal waves, tsunamis, if they come at you fast enough, it could knock you off your feet. So even though it only came up waist deep, if it knocked you off your feet and you weren't standing on sure footing, you've already had the first wave come in that took you off kilter a little bit. You're trying to recover from that little bit of damage. Then the second wave comes in. What if you get knocked off your feet? Think about, if something falls on you and hits you in the head and it knocks you off, you can drown in 3 feet of water. That's why you have to be very careful when you have young children in swimming pools, because it is so easy to drown. So I think the warning is there. Just because it's waist deep, don't ever think that you can't drown, because you can. Well, first wave happened when we all first heard of the Mandela effect. It really shook us up. We're like, what the heck is this? Every single one of us, myself included, what have we done? Well, I suppose even those who feel the Mandela effect is all a psyops or something, and I think we're getting ready to find out it really is. I'm not sure just exactly all the technology that's used, but they chose not to believe in it. And there's one person, I believe, who shared on YouTube that her Bible hasn't changed, but yet she sees the effect. How is that happening? Well, hopefully by the time I finally am done with this video, you'll understand why it didn't change for her, okay? Well, that second wave comes in, and, even those that, are saying the Mandela effect is just, psyops, it's witchcraft from Fiona Broome, blah, blah, blah. They've researched it. You can't speak about something, whether you're for it or against it, without at least having a fair amount of knowledge of what it is you're going to be talking about. So everybody that has heard of the Mandela effect has had to have done some research into this phenomenon, right? My husband did, because he was so concerned and worried about me. My mother-in-law did. I know my father-in-law did. My brother-in-law did. Okay, so everybody that's heard of the Mandela effect, unless you just heard something about it and you think, oh, that's just hogwash, and it's out of your mind, out of sight, out of mind. You just automatically think, oh, that's just conspiracy theory. If that's all it is, you just heard a little bit about it, but then you just went on, you're okay. But for most of us that heard about this, we felt something stirring in us, and we're like, wait a minute, what is this? So what do? We all went to each other's videos. We went to Paul Adams. The first person that I saw was somebody, and I can't remember who they were, but they mirrored Photo Helix's videos. And do not say that Photo Helix is a plant that he's satanic. No, I don't think so. Not any more than I was when I put out my videos almost 3 months ago.
Right, their trauma. So, and that core, I believe, is shame-based.
Tell me why. And you know what? I'm right, Christ, too, Ben. I'm Christ too. And the shepherd.
And it's a toxic form of shame. It's not healthy shame. It's an unhealthy shame in which the narcissist, at the very core of their being, believes that they're really worthless, that they're really no one.
Well, that hasn't happened yet, has it?
And this may come from a very early time in the narcissist's childhood, such as from an abuse by an adult.
Oh, this bitch got knives! Oh, damn!
Perhaps a parent. It could also come from other places, such as something may have happened to the mother while she was pregnant. Maybe there was a brain injury. As you study the brain, you will realize that it is a very sensitive organ, which is why it is protected by a skull, right? It's very, very hard shell to protect it. It's because sometimes the smallest injury can have very major influence on how we perceive the world and how we act, and makes us come from the limbic brain area, which is the state of emotions that feel very threatening.
This is what happened.
Right? The emotions that exist as a result of us being threatened. So at the core of the narcissist's mind, the narcissist's psyche, I believe, is that toxic shame, and it's like a spoiled seed. You know, it's a seed that hasn't had a chance to fully develop and sprout. But then over it, there's a layer of grandiosity. There's a layer of, oh, I'm more important than everyone else. There is a layer of, well, if you're going to be like this to me, I'm going to be like that to you. There's a layer of cunningness that then forms another layer that is all manipulations, stratagems, all sorts of actions, game plans, in order for the narcissist to feel like they are someone, to feel like they do have worth.
Of the Jews! Do you see the temple from there? Leave him! Father! Father! Forgive them, for they know not what they do.